looking all cheered up. I think he's really happy. He's going to sell a lot of vehicles, I think. He's managing director and president of Volvo Group. What a fantastic panel. What a fantastic panel. Kamal, why are you looking so pleased? Let me start with you. Are you looking at your revenue collections for the next 25 years?
Arnab, good evening and thank you for having me on this show. Arnab, I'm very delighted with the progressive, imaginative and growth orientation of the budget as it touches basically all socio-economic segments while embracing technology and modern tools of governance. And I think the big thing about the budget is the highest ever capex of $100 billion, which is up 34% over last year, aimed at creating and improving our logistics infrastructure through PM Gati Shakti, National Master Plan, as well as social sectors of health, education, and focus on the aspirational districts as well. And at the same time, they have tried to keep the fiscal deficit pathway on track, absolutely. Coming to our sector, I think the push on logistics, it will positively influence our logistics cost, reduce our logistics cost, reduce the structural challenges which we used to have on account of logistics and the inflationary pressures which we used to get. And therefore, this will make Indian manufacturing more competitive and make use of the global rebalancing of value chains which is currently happening, make India ready for that, and play therefore a bigger role in the overall manufacturing output. And this will, I think, open up private investment in a much bigger way and then create more jobs and therefore kickstart a virtuous cycle. So I think I'm very, very delighted on that, on the future of mobility. I think it is completely redefining the future of mobility. And the other part is focus on sustainable solutions in public procurement policy with due credence to clean and green technology, circular economy, quality, instead of just the L1 approach we used to have in the past. Yeah. So I think these are very, very great, welcome steps. Then finally, the push to public transport, urban infrastructure, and interoperable battery swapping policy, which are going to really give a big EV sector in the country.
Absolutely.
So overall, very, very different the budget.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your opening remarks. And with us on the panel, he's chairman of BharatPe these days, which is one of the fastest growing fintech companies. And he's been former chairman of the State Bank of India and on board of several companies and organizations. Mr. Rajneesh Kumar, last month, you had said, and I quote, that India needs an overall investment of 100 lakh crore in 5 years to make us a $5 trillion economy. We're proposing to spend a total of 39.45 lakh crore in FY23. Is this enough, in your view? Because I think we have a magnificent situation as far as the fiscal deficit is concerned.
100 lakh crore is national infrastructure pipeline.
Okay.
And for that, this time the capital expenditure budget is about 10 lakh crore. And then the balance would be coming from the private capital and the banking capital. So if we are able to spend 20 lakh crore in a year, then in 5 years it adds up to 100 lakh crore. So I think it is a very clear maths. So sometimes what happens that the difficulty in implementation and execution where we are unable to spend the money provided for, and I think this happened in the current year also. So I think in terms of allocation, 10 lakh crore is a very good number, and rest should come from the public sector and banks. But we should spend that money in this year. Then we are really, we would be doing a nice job as far as the infrastructure creation in the country is concerned.
Chandrajit, thank you, sir. Chandrajit Banerjee is the Director General of the Confederation of Indian Industry, which is India's apex industry organization. Now, Mr. Banerjee, let me put it to you differently. Everyone says what's nice about the budget, and CI and FICCI are always happy with the budget. I haven't seen a single budget in which CI and FICCI have any problem. What would you have wanted more? What has it missed?
No, yeah, no, it's just not, it's not just actually trying to be, only positive, but it is a good budget. It is a futuristic budget. You and I have talked together earlier about an India at 75. This budget talks about India at 100. So I think there are steps taken towards a $9 trillion economy. I would imagine by 2030, I see an India of a 40 trillion by 2047. So I see some steps taken. We can always say that there could be much more that could have been done. I see a lot of steps taken towards ease of doing business, which we have been talking. The trust factor, which is coming between the Indian business and the government, and they are not shy about it, which is very important to generate growth, to generate employment. I think we will see more of that coming, and one can go always to say that there could be much more done on ease of doing business. There is steps taken towards improving the competitiveness of India, the competitiveness of Indian industry, the logistics work which has begun. A lot, you can say that, well, I mean, there could have been, let us be reasonable. I think one could say that, well, could the disinvestment targets could have been higher, 65,000 crores. But I think we have to be also reasonable. Let us be reasonable and achieve something rather than promising and under-delivering. I think that's a key thing that I see in this budget. It's not just to praise, but I see a lot of opportunities being created, or opportunities for the private sector. We are already 70 to 75% in terms of capacity utilization, and with this type of front ending by the government in terms of the fiscal, the stimulus that I'm seeing being given, the horsepower coming from public investment and capital expenditure. I see a lot of opportunities getting created, and I see a lot of opportunities getting created in terms of connecting India, through the infrastructure story, connecting the coastal areas, connecting hinterland, connecting rural India. So I see all of that to be very positive, very future oriented. A lot of tech in the budget. If you really look at sustainability, if you really look at green, circular economy, these are really futuristic points for India now to start working on. Yes, It's only begun. We will keep asking for more, and we will go to ask for more in terms of ease of doing business, in terms of cost of doing business. How do we bring it down? But these are the steps to be taken. All steps cannot be taken at one go. So I would say whatever we had asked for before the budget, in terms of pre-budget recommendations, in terms of involving more power to the states. Now, a lot of our reforms, lot of our work will have to be done now at the state.